Hello and welcome to the Crazy Troll Nation replay crew. I appreciate you. You know that y'all rock. To the tried and true, always here forever, ride or die trolls. Welcome. It's good to see you. I'm going to do the intro, give YouTube time to do what I think they should be doing. But so then we're going to get started in this look. This is Troll Play episode number 44. We're going to do a Renaissance look. We already started, and I did use the Metropolis palette that Bestie had sent me that she had in her stash. And so we're going to add to this look, but this is the basis for the Renaissance look. And we're going to do, shapes and designs, not hashtag team too much. Not hashtag team too much. So this is going to be kind of simplistic in comparison to all the whole face stuff that I do. And so let's go ahead with the intro. Hello and welcome again. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? Crazy concept. Just be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The crazy part, that is the crazy part, is just being yourself. Hey Janet. The troll part, hey Kay. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain tool, technique, or product because that's what they're telling you in the video you're watching. Hey Dawn, use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on the way you want it to be. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing. Oh, enhancing your, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. And so that's what we stand for here. That's what the Crazy Troll Nation stands for. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint, which is what I call makeup. Two things about me: sometimes I curse because sometimes I curse. The other thing is there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it to say excuse me because even for a troll, that's just like bad behavior. So we started, and for going through Metropolis this time, we use these two columns. The only shade we haven't used in these two columns yet is this shade, and we are going to use that. Thank you, Kay. I saw that. I'm like, am I getting up with Kay? No, because you be having like 24, 48,000. But yeah, I want us to do more lives on Janessa's channel because I do really feel like more people should see her. So to get through this palette, because it's 28 shades, we use these two columns this time. We're going to use this to finish off this look, and then we're going to use these two columns, and then these two, and probably just throw these in here somewhere. Because when I get a new palette, even though this is not new, it was gifted to me, I do. Oh, hey, Grace. I do the swatch party first, and then I run through the palette, use every shade at least once. And so that's why I'm doing these two columns to make sure I get through it. According to the number of times I used Metropolis when I had it back in the day, I had done 7 looks with it. So I am putting number 8 for this one, and I did film this right before here. So this would be look number 8 with this palette. And so yeah, so what we're going to do right now is this eye tearing horribly. And so yeah, it just wipes away everything. It's going to work in my favor because Renaissance looks, it's not, they do have a messiness to it, but it's a strategic messiness. And so this is going to work in my favor. And I did go thick, and that color under there is this shade right here. So it is going to work in my favor, and we are going to put more stuff under there. For right now, let's put some more of that shade under there to kind of just fill in that hole. I did not put on bronzer or blush or highlighter, but I think I am, because one of those shades gave me fallout and it did not brush away. And to camouflage that, you can probably see the line. This mirror casts a shadow. You can maybe see the line. I just saw it like right here somewhere. But when I put on highlighter, that camouflages fallout for me usually. And so I'm seldom concerned about fallout when I do get it, and I don't get it very badly. So, but we're going to bring this side down because this side is down. I am so hot, y'all, and not in a sexy way. I mean, I know I am sexy, but I do not like the sweat. I really don't. And I was saying when I was doing this video, which y'all won't see till probably like a week from now, is it's very humid outside. We've been having more rain. Sometimes it cools things down. Sometimes it makes things humid. And it's 79 outside, and I'm like, damn, it's humid. So I turned my thermostat down, but still. And the material of this chair is like some faux leather type thing. And that, yeah, that kind of helps me sweating as well. I do have on cotton leggings though to absorb some of the sweat versus like that other material. So this side is really far down. This other side is not. I like this side though, but we're going to bring this side down because this other side is down. We're going to be simplistic in relation to. I turned it down to 75, which is what I usually put it down to on when I'm doing live streams. Normally it's on 79, and with the fan blowing, and I have fans strategically. I have one over near the vent near my balcony door. I have a fan in my bedroom near the vent, and so it just, when the air comes down, it just circulates. But when I sit right here, though, I sweat, and it's part of it is this chair, part of it is the lights. And so when I remember, and I did today, I put it on 75. I turn it down to 75 before I start. And this is tearing upward as well, so it has a patch like right there too. And usually on 75, I'm good, but it's not. So that first shade, is that the first shade or the first shade? The first shade, y'all. And this eye was tearing before I started. And it did stop momentarily. We're only going to add more here because we just put more on the other side, which this side is going to look brighter because it's wet. And I'm not going to keep going back to it, so whatever happens is whatever happens. And this is the second shade that we put on, so we're going to tap that over the wet hole. Ew, that sounded kind of perverted. Y'all know I'm in that community, so my mind be going places. So right now everything looks good, but we're going to see what happens. We're going to, what brush do I want to use? Not a fat brush. We're going to take this brush. The only shade we didn't use in these two columns. Really? Oh, you know, because you're down there in heat land. So we're going to take this shade, and we're going to tap that over this at the bottom. This lower lash line shade. I don't know what I think it's going to do. Ooh, making it kind of grayish. This is pretty. I like that. I really hope it doesn't keep tearing, though, because I'm going to keep wiping it away. I like the color that is turning it. The Renaissance looks that I like the most are the ones that are kind of like medieval times, according to like the shapes and the designs that they draw on the face. But then there's some that are very like extremely artistic, like Midsummer. Not was it Midsummer Night Dream? Whatever the one where she was. Oh gosh, I can't even remember what it was. But like she had a bouquet for her crown thing, and it was flowers all over the place, and then they made up her face. Those are the kind of Renaissance looks that I do like, but I'm just like, you know what it is? It's very artsy, and I gear towards messy stuff. And so even though I do like those, I'm just like, that's not where I live. We're also going to tap this on the center of the bottom lip. And just right here. This isn't showing up. Oh, it is. That's this shade. This grayish taupey, whatever. Y'all know I'm not good at describing colors. And that's all we're going to do for that. It's right there. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. So put the brush down. Okay, stop yelling at me. Upper lash line. Oh, this eye is still tearing. We're going to just put on some bronzer real quick. We're going to use the Deep Level 11 from House Labs. I'm not sure if I'm going to do blush. I don't think I'm going to do blush. We're going to use this as blush as well. And so we're just patting this all over. Because I do want to put on highlighter to camouflage that fallout that I have. It's like a straight line right there. that y'all probably can't see, but in person it is like, hey, how y'all doing? I'm here for the party. And I'm like, you weren't invited though, you know? So how are y'all doing tonight? Are you friend or foe, Christus? Let us know now so we know whether to let you stay or not. I've been in the kind of mood lately, y'all, where, and it's because I haven't been feeling well. I did have a migraine earlier this morning, and then I went to sleep, it stayed, and then I woke up again, it was over. Thank you, Janet. But I remember yesterday I was like playing along with somebody that said something. I was like, really? Are you sure? Like, what? So I did feel jokey yesterday, and I definitely respond and react differently when I'm feeling well than when I'm not feeling well. Yeah, and I'm just, yeah. If y'all have been on my page, or if you have your notifications on, y'all will see that I scheduled like 17 lives this morning, and I did the thumbnails for I think either 5 or 6, and did the description box. You must be a friend to that person that was just here. You must have multiple accounts. You know what? I think you're lonely and you come on YouTube to get attention. So we're not going to give you attention. We're just going to just boot your ass out of here. That's what we're going to do. Thank you, Jan. I think you're going to be busy tonight because it is actually a Thursday for real. So, Kay, when you were saying yesterday, like contour, I use contour and bronzer interchangeably, as you see. As you see, I use it interchangeably. And I know they are 2 different things and it's 2 different looks, but I'm a troll. We just do whatever. And so that's what I do. So this will serve the purpose for the Renaissance look. So this eye is tearing upward again. I can feel it. Y'all look at that hole where the shadow should be. Yeah, I'm not, yeah. Dion's in the cushion, some type of mood. And I could feel it. Like yesterday I was cool because I felt a whole lot better than the day before. And now I'm just like, look. Actually, we're going to take golden pyrite. And then we're going to take one of the House Labs, no, one of the Hourglass powders because they're shimmery. Dim light isn't shimmery. The other ones I have are shimmery. So we're going to put that on because that'll camouflage the fallout too. So we're just going to put golden pyrite right here. Yeah. I'm just here for the entertainment. You wait for me to curse somebody out. We're going to take Mood Light. This is, I don't know if I want to do Mood Light. This is a sheer lavender pink, which I really like, but we're not going to do that one. When I first got it, it took me a minute, and then I'm like, you know what, I do really like it. We're going to take Luminous Light, which is it's sparkly, and you can see in comparison to Dim Light, which both Janessa and I showed you because it was in her palette, and I have the single. So this is Dim Light, this is Luminous Light. And so you see the shimmer in this one. Dim Light doesn't have any shimmer. But, well, for me, it doesn't. For somebody else, it might. And they might be like, girl, you lied. And I'll be like, oh, sorry. So we're going to take this under here. The same brush that we use for golden pyrite. And this is going to go, yeah, that covered up the fallout really well, like right there. And so we're just going to put this all over. And it does add a nice glow. And also the Scandinavia spray, which I didn't spray my face with. This is dripping again. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm going to have to bring the other side down further. Just so it'll be consistent with the color. So now I have like a slight glowy face. Do I want to spray the face? No, because this right here, y'all. I'm going to just bring it down further. And if it keeps running, it's just going to be all the way down here. I'm going to just roll with it. We're going to use it in our favor tonight. We're going to put more over here to bring it down because the other side is down. Oh, hi, Mohammed. Thank you. And that's ironic because I'm not feeling very well right now. The day before yesterday was horrible. Yesterday was a good day, and then the day I'm kind of in between. the last 2 days. And it's because I was in front of my computer too long, and that is one of my triggers for migraines, is being in front of the computer too long. And that's why I didn't finish all the thumbnails and all the description boxes for all of the 17 lives that I scheduled this morning. And then we're going to go back to that grayish taupey shade, and we're going to bring that down. I really do want this side to stop healing. I like how it's turning it almost like a brassiness. Some angles is kind of brassy, and I do like that look because I like murk, I like smoke, I like dark, I like moody, and that's what brassy colors give me. So what else are we going to do? We're going to use Max Paint Pot. I thought about using Lethal's water liner, their black one, but because it's water activated and my eye is tearing, it's going to make it run where the paint pot should keyword should stay where I put it. I think I do want to spray my face. This side looks more of that taupey because of the tearing over there compared to this side. So that's the only thing that I'm not liking about that, is that it looks different. And no matter how much I put over here, it's not going to look like the other side unless I wet my brush, and y'all know I don't do that for no particular reason other than I just don't do that. So I'm just trying to make it look somewhat similar. And I do like the messiness of this, like for real. Okay, let's spray the face, Scandinavian spray. Y'all, since that, this is almost done, y'all. I opened my mouth too soon. I need a mint. I need a mint. Since, make sure I'm not missing comments. Since, Urban Decay broke up with Scandinavia, I am more and more proud that I love their spray, that I do use their spray. Like, I just like, and I loved it before, I really did. But I am just so proud now to not only have it for me, but in my kit, and also, you know, showing it in my flat lays. But, okay, we're going to do a design right here, which you'll see. It's going to be simple compared to the looks I've been doing. 22 viewers and 7 likes. Hit the like button. Tell them, Kay. Get them, girl. Kay is that ride or die. You didn't know you needed till she popped up. I remember day one she came in. Hey, Haywood, how are you today? I remember the first time you came to one of my lives, Kay, you was in it like you was in it like you've been here forever. You just fit right in, and I'm like, I really love that. So we're gonna do like a design here, dots here, and we're gonna do dots here. I'm looking at the picture. I'm thinking she had up a ruler or something because everything is completely even, completely straight, and black eyeliner here, coming down here, and then dots, a thick wing. So we're going to do a wing. It's going to be a bat wing on me because of my eye shape, but actually her eyelids are more hooded than mine. But we're going to do a wing, a thick wing, and some lines down here. So very simple compared to what we did like the other day. So let's get with it. Y'all, I just want to go lay down. I always tell you, not always, but I tell y'all frequently that even if I'm not feeling well, if I can make it to sit here, I'm going to do the live. I'm going to do the video. If y'all don't see me, or if I schedule something and I reschedule it, y'all know it's really friggin' bad if I'm at a point where I cannot even function through it, because I will push through some things. And plus, I love y'all. So, like, if I could be here, I'm going to do my best to be here. Let me look in the mirror over here instead of looking at y'all. This is Black Mirror Max Paint Pot. We're just making a circle. It ain't even in the sensor. Y'all know that gives me zero hope that the dots here are going to be straight, right? Oh my goodness. So I think we might zigzag them to make it look like it's intentional. This is a no-name brush. It has no number, no name on it. I don't know, but I like this brush because it's stiff. It's not hard, but it's stiff where it holds the product, and I can get it like exactly where I want it. I do like my MAC 210 brushes, but the bristles fray. And it still works well with MAC's Paint Pot and Fluid Line because it's a thicker consistency, but it does not work well with the water liners because it's more liquidy, and so it doesn't hold the bristles together. Y'all, this eye, I don't know why I'm insisting on showing y'all stuff. That hole right there is still tearing upward. That's one thing that I'm kind of like when I do my face, if I'm going to be working at an event, and like when this happens, the tearing, I'm just like, because I don't want my makeup to not look right at an event, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm there to do makeup, so I don't want mine looking how it looks. And then in my favor though, it is dim in there. So that kind of helps. But when I go into the lobby and you see damn thing, you see everything. Hey Kay, I posted on, I don't know if it's on my community tab or in my community part, because there's the regular community tab and then like the public community tab where anybody can post, which Nina hasn't been able to, so I don't know what that's about. Because the settings are real simple. I have it where people can post. But the group called Grits that I was telling you about, let me do this. The group Grits that I was telling you about, that's based in Tennessee, I posted 2 of their videos on my tab, and I had the lyrics wrong about the gorilla. The lyric was, I'm rocking, you feel it, yeah, I'm light skin vanilla, coming at you like a pack of gorillas. That's what the lyric was. I'm rocking, you feel it. Yeah, I'm light skin vanilla, coming at you like a pack of gorillas. Because he's like, actually, he looks lighter than me. Like, but anyway, y'all, this is running. You see this like pool down here? Damn. It's like a little pool of water. I should just let it drip because we are going to do, well, we weren't. Yeah, this is the eye we'll do lines on, and this one we won't. But look how wet that is. This is not the good wetness. There, I said it. Still hot and sexy though. So I don't know. I don't think she promoted me. Last I heard from her for the event this week is she said that she was going to put my information in there. And if she did, she didn't tag me in it because I didn't receive anything saying that, you know, somebody tagged you and put your information. So I don't know. And this event is different than the other ones in the sense that the pricing is going to be different because for Renaissance looks, it is mostly just like decoration on the face. And my flyer and the information I sent her was for like a full face of makeup or just complexion or just an eyeshadow look. And so, why is everything is completely crooked? What the hell? And so for this, I do take allergy meds, but this isn't from allergies. This is, I don't know what it's from. Sometimes there's a vent up here, and sometimes when the AC or the heat blows, my eyes will tear. And then I have this fan over here that's blowing too. So it's not allergies, but I do take allergy meds every day, as well as asthma medication every day. But yeah, so it's not from that though. I wish it was, because that would be a really easy fix. And I have antihistamine eye drops, and I have re-wetting drops. Your girl's a mess. Your girl's a mess over here. I know I always say I got issues, but y'all really do. Like, for real. And when I sit back and think about it, I'd be like, damn, like all this shit that's wrong with me, and I'm still here and I'm still functioning. Like, it's just like, how do we do that? You know what I mean? And I know other disabled vets too, where just day to day is just a struggle. But we still do, for the most part, what we can do and learn to pace ourselves. But it's just amazing to me, just, how we get used to certain things. I'm used to being in pain every day. I've been in pain every day of my body since the middle of June, the year 2000, which is when I got injured. In pain every fucking day since then, somewhere in my body. And you just get used to it and just function when you can, and when you can't, take an extra med and lay the hell down. But, y'all, this is just seriously running. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the group Grits, because those videos are like, I think one is like 11 years old, one is like 14 years old. But the song still hits. For me, it does. That's one of the groups I have on my USB that I keep in my vehicle that I play along with old school hip hop. I don't care what nobody says, even if it's Megan. Old school hip hop, there's nothing like old school hip hop. This new stuff these days, I'm just like, oh, this eye's starting to tear. I am hoping. I don't think it's this palette. And I say that because when I had mine before, oh my gosh, y'all, look at that. Did I say it already? At about 3 years, it started to turn. And the creamy mattes and the creamy powder, they were getting crumbly, and the other shadows started irritating my eyes. My eyes don't feel irritated. I will say it's unusual though for like both eyes to tear. This one was tearing before I got started. Y'all look at it. And this one is now starting. But my eyes feel fine. But I'll see what my eyes look like when I take this off. Wow, y'all, this is jeepers. We're gonna make this work in our favor. Just watch. Y'all know we finagle over here. Excuse me. Okay, let's do. I'm thinking. Excuse me. I'm thinking to do up here instead of trying to go straight, because I know it's not going to be straight. You take your allergy meds. I'm just now reading the second part of your sentence. You said you sometimes take yours before your lives. Ooh. Okay. Just making sure I'm not missing messages. And I could just go, and actually, y'all know what? My brows are looking symmetrical today. This side has a natural arch. This side is rounded, but I think they look the same today. So I'm gonna just do dots along the top of my brows, since they're looking somewhat even. The freckle pen will be good for this. Ooh. I'm liking hashtag not doing team too much. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are we gonna do the same over here? Probably not. This reminds me, Kaya, when you did the jewels, and it was just, oh my gosh, that was a really beautiful look. All of your lips are beautiful looks. All of yours are beautiful. Six, 7, 8. And we got 9 over here. Y'all know what? So I need to add something to the flyer, or just have a note, or I will post, if I'm able to post on their post. Because if I just do designs on faces, I can just do that for like $30. Because it's not hard, but y'all see, even this little bit is time consuming. Oh, you're welcome, Kay. Thank you for gracing YouTube with your presence, superstar. Thank you. Because I like watching people that do different stuff. Because when everything looks the same, I get bored. And I'm just like, why? Like, there's just like 1,000 mini-me's here on YouTube for like just the simple monochromatic ethereal looks. I'm like, can somebody do something different? And so I do prefer to watch channels that are different. And so I do thank you for being here. And that's why I really love Janessa's channel too. even though she does drag, I'm just like, you got, and I asked her before to do a full face tutorial. I'm like, what to do to get my makeup to stay all day? And so I do learn from her. And I tell people, even if somebody doesn't do the types of looks that you do, you can still learn from watching them. And I do learn a lot from her. And you too, Kay. Y'all be doing a lot of steps though. Y'all, look at this patch. Oh, I appreciate you. Y'all, this patch. But this is going to work in our favor. But this up here, we're just going to friggin' leave it because we can't really do much about that. I want to be annoyed, but I don't have the energy to be annoyed at the patches or my inner corner. And look at this one. Oh, my word. As long as it don't start tearing and the shadow running into my eye. Because then that's... we're still going to take the liner in here, even though it's going to wash off. I do prefer using the water liners because it is easier to wash off. Like these paint pots and the fluid lines, more so the paint pots than the fluid lines. I gotta put in work. I gotta put in work to get that off. Whereas the water liners, because it's water activated, you know, you just take a wet wipe. Well, not a wet wipe. I use Neutrogena wipes, and I do spray my face before time with the Scandinavia, the makeup finishing spray. It just comes right off. But this right here, I gotta put in work to get this off. Okay, her liner is super thick. And this is why I don't ever, how some people put, when they do liner, they'll bring it down here. I never do that because then for tears, it's going to wash away anyway. Worst case scenario, it'll start dripping down my face, like over here. So that's why I never even do that because I'm like, it might not stay. If my eyes tear, this skipped. The paint pots are a more dry formula than fluid line. The paint pots are designed to be shadow bases. And groundwork that I put on top of the Fenty primer, that's the paint pot. But I do use them interchangeably. Really? I was always a tomboy. What? I have never, you know what, Kay? I lie to you not. That's the first time anybody has ever told me I'm feminine. Like, for real, for real. Seriously, like, I've never... Oh, man. Nobody has ever told me I was feminine. Growing up, most of my friends, actually all of my friends was dudes. Yeah, I was always a tomboy. Nobody ever told me that. I don't know how I feel about that. That's like when my sis told me I'm not tan. Like, I felt some kind of way. But thank you. I've been watching these videos about feminine energy, masculine energy, and I'm just like, just be who you are. How to enhance your feminine energy. Just be who you are. I'm like, why try to be something that you're not? And I'm not saying this for you, I'm just saying in general, how these videos be having people thinking they need to change. I'm like, the person in the video don't even know you. What you're trying to look. But I'm trying to look like a woman. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I do. And you be doing a lot of work, but you be looking good. I'll tell you this is so funny to me. Back in 2018, 2019, I had some cross-dressing clients, and so they would come. Y'all, I was making good money. COVID came, I shut that shit down. They would call me, can I schedule another session? Nope. So they would come, we would do their makeup, they would put on their little frilly dresses, and I would take pictures on their phone, do a little photo shoot. Y'all, I was making good money. I had a handful of cross-dressing clients, and they would come like every other month. COVID came, I shut that shit down. And I'm like, that was some good money. And it was fun. But this one guy, when I tell you, his makeup, when I would do his makeup and he, get all dressed and everything and take pictures, he was beautiful. He was beautiful. And he gave me permission to show his pictures. And so this heterosexual guy I know, I was like, look at this person. I said, this is a man. And he looked at the picture. He said, I'd fuck him. He's pretty. He said, I'm not gay, but I'd fuck him. That's how good he looked as a woman. Oh my gosh. And I miss him. I do. He was like one of my favorite clients. But yeah, he was beautiful. I was just like, damn, dude, like, how you look better than me though? Like, what? But so that's what I just thought about when you said that. Yeah, COVID came in. I shut all that shit down, and I was making good money. I was making good money. Damn, it'd be like easy $300 something just for like 2 hours of work or more. And then they would tip me because they felt so comfortable, and they were like, "I really appreciate you." Because then when you think about it, how many places can you go to just let loose and be yourself, even if it's only for a few hours? You know what I mean? And so I think that's more so what they were paying for too. Okay, for the service, the makeup, me taking your pictures, your, photo shoot, but then you just also being in a place where you're accepted for who you are and not being judged. And I do feel like that's a part of it. And that's why I love Baltimore Playhouse, because everybody is welcome. And they say if you are not open-minded, if you have an issue with trans, non-binary, whatever, different types of kinks, whatever, they're like, this is not the place for you. Like, they will tell you, this is not the place for you. And some event hosts, they'll have on their flyer, if you have an issue with whatever, don't come to our event. I'll be like, yeah, tell them. People pay for the experience. Yes, they do. And I loved it. And even for me, like, to be able to help them have that experience, like, that just touches my heart. You know what I mean? Because I do want everybody to feel accepted and to feel loved. And if I can help do that, I'm going to do what I can to do that. And that's why I love working in the queer community. It's like, just love people for who they are and help them be how they perceive themselves to be on the inside, help that show on the outside. And that is so special to me, to even just be a part of that process. But yeah, so that's why, when I started this professional makeup journey, I'm that drag mother. I felt so bad in 2020 when they were emailing me, hey, can I schedule? I'm like, nope, COVID. And I'm retired, right? So I'm home all the time. I go to the grocery store off hours, stuff like that. Go to the post office off hours, drop stuff off. But they were still going out and going to work. I'm like, no, you ain't, no, I'm not taking no clients. Because a lot of people I know a handful of people, they had COVID like 3 or 4 times and they always caught it from work. I'm just like, that's fucked up. Like, you go to work and then you get sick. So I was like, nope, I'm not doing no appointments. And I felt bad because, like, they didn't have anywhere else to go. That's why they were coming here. But I'm like, I'm not trying to get sick. I am not. I really like this, y'all. There's something about simplicity. As much as I like to do all the things, it's something about this. It is something about it. I'm not, well, I do want to do a line down here, but then if it starts, this one did stop tearing, this one didn't, but if it starts tearing again, it's going to mess up. Let's see. I'm going against my better judgment here. Going against my better judgment. Because I was feeling like, don't put that line there. Oh, okay. She cute. So, damn, the liner is thicker. I don't know if I'm gonna, well, I could. I think I might need a different brush. Or not. Because what's happening is I'm losing the points. I don't even think I had a point to start with. And it turns into a bat wing, like right here, where it just cuts off. Like this, it looks nice. When I look down, it's a bat wing. How it comes here and then it just goes straight down. But that's okay. I like this, y'all. I like this. We're gonna just put one more dot over here. Since we have that dot down there. I like this. Hey. All right, the other side. Okay, so now we need to do eyeliner on this side, y'all. These holes and patches. I like this. Thank y'all for being here for this. There is no shadow in here, and it creased and decreased. But other than the crease and decrease, there ain't no shadow. It's just a straight hole. And we're gonna leave it. It's like, I can't do nothing about it because I ain't gonna wipe it off and start over. And if I did, it wouldn't work anyway because it is still tearing. I can still feel it. And sometimes that's why I turned this fan off over here. But then I started getting warm, so I turned it back on. So we're putting it there. Yeah, it didn't even show up right here. At least this one showed up right here on this side. A little bit. But this, this eye. It's been tearing since I woke up. My alarm was set for 6:30. I had my usual what I call wake ups. I wake up every 90 minutes. And then I'll, go back to sleep. Just making sure I'm not missing messages. Nope. Yeah, we're light in here tonight, especially compared to last night, y'all. It was a lot of people. This did stop. It's not dripping anymore, but still, seriously. All right, so let's bring this out. And it is moving my wrinkles. And that is not what the other side looked like. We wearing this chatty tonight. Now I'm looking at the numbers too. But yeah, I get it. Because sometimes, y'all, I'm going to be honest, because y'all know I have that tendency. I'm going to switch brushes. Sometimes, this is a MAC 210, and it is frayed, but the texture of this will hold it together. And this brush is more flexible than the one I was just using, which will help me out here, because how the other brush was making my skin drag, this doesn't cause my skin to drag. Sometimes in live streams I just don't really have anything to say really, because I'm just watching what they're doing, and so I'm not really. And that's ironic because I do like when people talk to each other. I really do. But sometimes I just want to just chill. And if they're on my TV, it's starting to tear again. I shouldn't have said nothing. And then if I'm watching on my TV, I can't comment anyway. Hey, Michelle, I thought about you when I did these spots. This is our troll play number 44. And this is a Renaissance look. Yeah, this brush is a lot better. It's more flexible. Do they kind of look the same? This side is thicker. So, this is dripping again. It's running again. I feel like this side is now thicker than the other side. And the points are the points? Yeah, the points are different. This one is not as far over, but we're going to leave it. And we're just going to bring this down on an angle. Right here. I'm not even going to put like how we did this here. I'm not going to do that over here because it's wet. It ain't going to work. I do need it to dry though temporarily to put other stuff there. So that's the thing. No one sees. I was just thinking the same exact thing, Jared. I was just thinking that nobody sees both sides at the same time. So I want to put lines through here, like designs through here, but if it's wet, it's not going to do it. Y'all, this side is just. But I want to try it anyway. Do y'all scratch your head sometime when y'all be thinking? Like I did not have an itch. I'm just like, Or sometimes I'll be like that pinhead character, which I don't know why I'll be doing that. This is an Eason brush. We're still using that same paint pot. What we're going to do, Hi, Jamara. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Thank you. This is a Renaissance look that we're doing. This eye is tearing horribly, but like this side and this right here, y'all know I'm feeling like I need something down here. Hey, Purple Panics. How are you? Doing your makeup with me at 5:45 p.m. Oh shit. This is wet and it's not doing that. Thank you for the heart. Oh man. Y'all know it's something when the paint pot won't go over it. It's just like, what? Like, oh no. Oh no. All right, let's switch to that other brush, the stiff brush. Come on, just got quiet. I like this brush for making circles. This is the stiff one. I know I do not have the same number of dots, and that is okay. I'm glad you're doing good. You're welcome. Thank you for popping in. I'm looking at this like, ooh. This is, why did it look like an upside down balloon? This is not Pennywise the clown. So let's do that. Because I ain't like how that looked. Oh boy. The shapes are everything. And if it's not what you want, just finagle it. Like that. That's all. That is all. And now I got quiet again. Last night's live was so much fun, but I felt when I was watching it back, I felt bad because I was talking so much. And you know, Janessa, she would do something and she's just like showing it off, and I'm just like instead of being like just letting her talk more. So I did feel bad. I did feel bad, like damn, I was just talking. And she's so patient, like she'll just not say anything, and I'm just like, I am so excited still about his brand, like I am. But I felt bad, like damn, D, you ain't even let Janessa talk. You invited her to your channel and you ain't letting her talk. Everything works so well. I'm like, oh my gosh, with his stuff. Janessa looked like she had fun. It was a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. And we were both excited because I'm like, look, we got to do this soon. Because I'm like, you know, after I do swatches, I want to jump into it. But I am glad that I did have the other purchase. This eye is starting to tear again. Had more stuff to swatch. Y'all, this is horrible. I wonder if I put the oil paint down here, if that'll stay. Because this shadow down here is not staying. And it was going to work in our favor, but then dabbing it, like it is just completely lifting. Do I want to put, damn it. You know what, I don't know if it might work with the oil paints because oil and water don't mix. So it will still tear, but I don't think it'll move the paint. All right. So I just reached over to get this. So what shade are we going to put? And these are oil based. I kept saying before they're water based, but they're not. They're oil based. And Janessa sent me this. Y'all, she sent me quite a few things just to invest in the pro side of what I'm doing. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And it made me think about Gigi. We're going to see what this looks like. But I feel like it's going to be too light for what I want. when Gigi years ago, her channel was Gigi Loves 2 or Gigi Loves Makeup 2. She's on these do shit. She's here on YouTube and on Instagram. A few years ago, she started doing makeup professionally, and I sent her a bunch of stuff, you know, to invest in her new business. And so that's how I felt when I would get a box from Janessa. I'm like, oh my gosh. And on her notes, she would always put something like, you know, I'm investing in your business, blah, 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 blah. And this is starting to itch under here now. And so it's just, I don't want to say ironic, but things come full circle. Babe supporting babe, yeah. Because, like, I didn't ask. Like, Gigi didn't ask me. I didn't ask Janessa. We just do what we do. And I think that is so cool. But that's what I thought about. I'm like, damn, I did this for somebody else, and now here's somebody doing it for me. Okay, we are going to put a darker color on top of this. It is lifting what's underneath it, so that's why it has brown in here, because of the concealer under there, even though it looked like it wasn't anything under there because of how teary it was. I need something to wipe this one off. Actually, I'm gonna just try to wipe off what I can, even though I do have more brushes. Y'all know I got more brushes, and this came with a set of brushes, and that's what any of these pale green ones, they came with this that she sent. And she sent this at the same time as the party paints, the UV party paints. Y'all, these are so much fun. They are neon. They glow in the dark. If y'all didn't watch those live streams, watch those live streams. It is wild. We're going to take this green. I want to get a mix like this. You know what? Maybe shadow will stick over top of this, because I like the colors of how the shadow turned when I mix the colors. And that's what I'm trying to do over here. But if I just put shadow, it's going to keep washing away, which is what we don't want. I really like this palette. It's easier than dealing with the water activated paints. This eye is tearing upward again. I can feel it. I can feel it. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate your company. All right, I don't want that to stay green. I'm just trying to just do different colors. Trying to make it turn into a different color. And now it's another patch over here. We're gonna take this gray. That's a lot on there. Why am I acting like I was gonna do my eyelash? I mean my eyebrow. I mean damn it, my eyelid. This under eye is very different than the other side, and that is okay because the designs are different too. So that says, you know, it's not symmetrical. Everyone at the bus stop was saying they're feeling no energy today. I know I have been too. Seems like everyone is tired today. I'm having a mid-grade migraine. It's not bad enough for me to be like, oh my God, where's my medicine? But it's just enough to let me know, yeah, we're here, and we're just gonna make you aware that we're here. So this is making me think I should not work on my computer later because that's gonna enhance eye strain or whatever happens. I do kind of want to put shadow on here, but if it's gonna keep tearing, it's not gonna work. Sunflower seeds. Nobody eat you yet? You must taste horrible. Are you spoiled? Are you rotten? Ew. I feel bad for you. And you don't have any friends to keep you company, and that you have to come on YouTube to try and get attention. Do you live in your mother's basement? Janet's like, enough, Dion, enough. Enough. How about you do a video, damn it, Janet, so we can look at you. That's what I was going to say. Even my feel crappy. I am in a fucking mood today. And I was thinking, so I do feel bad. I mean, I don't actually feel bad though. But it's like if you're coming on YouTube to get attention, like you must be a miserable person. And where are your friends that you're here messing with random strangers, hiding behind a keyboard? Cowards they are. But it's just like you must be a miserable person. Like that's if that's what you do. You just come on YouTube and just find people to pick with. And usually I ignore them, but sometimes like the other day and now I do just feel like fucking with people back. But I don't like this color. We're going to put that shadow under there. I will see what it does, y'all. But it is still tearing, so it's going to be in vain because it's going to keep tearing. What I need to do is just put on mascara and just be done with this look because we'll never be done if I keep trying to get it the way that I want it because it's going to keep tearing. So this is basically it. Oh, you know it's not. We're going to use paint for this though. And I could have used the paint. And you know what? The paint is easier to remove than the paint pot. I could have used this for all this stuff. I need another brush. I can't find what I'm looking for. I want one of these. Oh, here it is. But thinner, more square. Like this. That doesn't help. Like this one. I'm trying to show y'all tan bristles on my light skin. Like that don't even show up. We're going to take this black. And we're just going to do something on the chin. I told people at work today I was in a very opinionated mood. You always are, Janet. And you know what? I love it. I love it when people feel free to just say what they say and just say how they feel. And, you know, never any harm intended. And that's something we have in common. Like, we both just say how we feel and what we think, and we never mean any harm. And I love that about you. Like, I don't have to wonder, what does she really think? You know what I mean? Because you say what you think. I really respect that. Kay is the same way too. Straightforward. I love straightforward people. I don't want to guess at what you mean, or they say something and then later they're like, well, what I meant was, well, why didn't you say what you meant in the first place? I don't like guessing at what people mean because I could be wrong. Like, just tell me what it is and what it ain't. That's a dry patch of skin. This is not moving. But it just moved. And so I hate that. Well, what I meant. And I tell people, I don't know what you meant, but I know what you said. And what you said was, and then I'll say what they said. Like, just, say how you feel. And so I don't know how they were raised. Like, did they always get in trouble for saying something that somebody didn't like in the family? My mom, y'all. And I was always straightforward. I remember this one time in a grocery store. They're very hyperbolic for that exact same reason. And we were in the grocery store, and this is when I was younger, like pre-teenage years or something. And I just noticed she has a jewel under there. And she said, you say what you mean and mean what you say. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Joe. Hey. And she said, you know, we were going down the aisle with the bags of beans and stuff before they had all these canned beans. Like, you had to soak them for like 48 hours, all that type of stuff. And she was like, she's like, oh, go pick out which beans you want. And I said, I really don't have a taste for beans. And she said, well, that's all the money that's all I can afford. So you need to go pick a can. And I'm just like, yeah, she straight snapped. And I'm just like, I just don't have a taste for her. She snapped on me and walked away. And I stood there in front of them beans. Picking up the bags, reading what they say, how to cook them. And so I finally picked a pack of beans. But if you ain't say something that she like, and it wasn't a dig on her. Like, yeah, we were poor. I didn't know I was poor till I was like in my 30s. I didn't know I grew up poor till I was in my 30s. But yeah, single mom raising 2 kids. Yeah, but she straight snapped. I'm just like, I just didn't have a taste for them. But I picked out a bag. I was in front of them beans for like a good 10, 15 minutes. Like, I don't want these, but I better pick them. Yeah, yeah. Did I use this brush? Nope. So that can go home. So I think some people, they're still locked into that childhood thing where, you know, don't you dare. Don't you dare. This is caviar from Mac. Don't you dare say something. That, you know, somebody else most likely will not want to hear. But if that's the answer, that's the answer. You know what I'm saying? And I do think it's a lot of people that still do that today. Well, they'll say something that they think may come across as offensive. And so then they'll put an LOL behind it. It's like, no, it's not funny. No, you're not joking. But is there a way of softening how they think it might sound? I did a post a while ago. It was a sale for something. And the code was in the picture that I posted. And somebody commented, thanks for posting about the sale, but the code is so small I can hardly read it, LOL. And I'm like, and on YouTube, all you gotta do is go like this, it'll enlarge the picture for you to see it. And it was hard to see when I went back to look at it, but I'm thinking you can just enlarge it, which you can. But I was like, why she put an LOL? Because it wasn't funny. And it wasn't even offensive. But I'm thinking she did that because she's had experiences that somebody jumped down her throat about something. And she didn't mean any harm. I like this. And I think it's sad as adults that we still live according to those childhood lessons. And I do talk sometimes about unlearning those childhood lessons and learning who we are today. We're just going to blend that just a little bit. Thank you, Joe. This is not a hashtag team too much. And I actually really do like it. I actually really do. So why do I be doing all the other stuff? Because I just do. You want to put more of this right here. This is a Renaissance look. This is a different color than that other color. This is nice. This did work out. It does look murky still. It doesn't look like, girl, what the fuck is that? It does look different than this side, which is fine because all this other stuff is different. I really like this. And so I do feel sad, like some adults are still living according to those childhood falsehoods of don't do this or don't do that. Or somebody will say something and you'll be like, why did you say it? Oh, I was just joking. They weren't fucking joking. They just don't want to hear the backlash that they think they're going to get, which it's not. I think it's sad. Let me leave this alone. Mascara, then we're going to be done. Where's the gold pigment from? That is from, Joe, the Metropolis palette. For the eyeshadow look, we use these 2 rows. This is this shade here. But so we use both of these 2 rows. This blue is what's on my lower lash line, and then we put this on top of it. This side kept washing away, so that's why it looks like it looks. But that's what we used. And so we're gonna put on mascara. Don't even feel like putting on mascara. And then this will be the look. I love your Metropolis. People trying to buy from you. I got rid of the one I had before because at around 3 years it turned on me. The creamy mats and the creamy powders were getting crumbly, and it started irritating my lids. Grace has sent me this one not too long ago, and I was hoping like, please don't let it not agree with my eyelids. I do still, I don't know now, because I used to always say I hope that they re-release it with that formula, because some of her newer formulas, you know, I don't care for. Like, they're okay, but I like, you know, her creamy mattes and the cream to powder. Now it's like the slip cream matte and sparkling foil, which is not even a color. Those are just shiny. But I really like this older formula. And I'm thinking now, like, would I want them to bring it back? Because I did get the Dramatic palette, which doesn't have these blues and dark greens and stuff in it. But then it's like I have other stuff. But you know what? I will say this. I do really feel like if it was re-released, that I would buy it. I really do. And when I would travel, it would be the only palette I would take, because I can do neutral, I can do grungy, I can do, you know, dark smoky looks, I can do ethereal looks. Like, this palette for me had everything. And it would be the only palette that I would travel with. Did I do mascara on these bottom lashes over here? I don't remember. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. And I used it until it died. So I'll see what my lids look like when I take this off. So if y'all don't see me use this again, because this look that I did, the eyeshadow look, that'll be posted next week, I think. If y'all don't see any more looks with it, it means it was an issue. But right now they feel fine. And sometimes my lids will feel fine, and when I wash it off, and my skin is looking flaky and all of that, but so we'll see. And I don't think the tearing is from the shadow, because one, it was tearing when I woke up, and for two, if it was the shadow, both sides. Well, this side did start tearing after a while, so I don't know. Now I'm thinking it might be. I don't know, but we'll see when I wash it off. So this is our Renaissance look, y'all. Troll Play episode 44, and I like it. I like the simplicity of it. I do want to do more. I'm not used to my nose being bare, but I'm like, and I could just bring that line straight down. I could do that, but I'm not. Restraint. I told you I was going to practice having restraint. So this is me having restraint. So I like it. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate the support, the time, the chat. You're bad about saying what you mean too often. How is that bad, Joe, to say what you mean? You lost me on that one. Can't wait until next phone I get a new cell phone and get a new cell provider. You've been in a supervisory role since 18, says K. I don't do fluff and jargon because a lot. I don't do fluff either. And that's one of the reasons I don't talk to a lot of people. Hey, how are you? How's your day? I don't know you, and ain't none of your business. Like, if you just want to have a conversation, but don't be, yeah, I don't do fluff wool at all. I really don't. Your dad expects you to choose him over. How about that? Even as an adult, I was, yeah. So what do you mean you bad about saying what you mean too often? I think more people should say what they mean all the time. Thank you, Joe, about the look. That's what I think. Yes, Janet. Get me practicing restraint. I'm so proud of myself. Thank you, Janet, for seeing my my struggle and appreciating the learning lesson here. My trolls are amazing. Yeah, but thank you, Janet. And Kate, I do. There is something about simplicity. If I did it over, I don't know if I would do this. And it was straight lines, but it came out crooked from the gate. So I just like, let's just make it look crooked. But I love the dots over the brows. I love these dots right here. And I do love this here too, that is different than this side, because then you can do whatever you want. It's not like, oh, that side don't look like the other side. So I do love this. And I do love this. This is cute, but I'm missing not having something on my nose. I love this right here. I love the lip. And this little doohickey. I want to put dots down there. Y'all like, girl, stop. You can't make me stop. You can't make me stop. My restraint is going out the window, Janet. My restraint is going out the window. That's it. We're done. I feel better. I feel better just with the 3 little dots. I just had to do something else. People think you're a bitch when you're honest. I'll be a bitch. I'll be a bitch. I say it in a nice way, but they get mad. Sensitive people will always find, if somebody's easily offended, let me say it this way. If somebody's easily offended, they're always going to be offended at something. That is not your issue. That's their issue. Thank you, Michelle. That's their issue. I have learned to soften what I say, and sometimes I'll be like, that's me rethinking how to rephrase it because I know how it's going to sound. And so I had to learn how to say what I mean just a little more palatable. And that didn't happen until I was in like my 30s because I was hurting people's feelings a lot and I didn't mean to. So I learned how to soften it but still say what I want to say, still get my point across, not doing fluff and all of that. But some people who are easily offended, they're always going to be offended. We can't do anything about that. That's a them thing, not a us thing. So I keep that in mind as well. So yeah, I don't have sensitive friends. Like I cannot because your feelings will be hurt all the time. Because if you ask me a question, I'm going to tell you the answer. My answer. Asking me. So people who know me, they know to just either don't ask me certain questions or just come to me direct, blah 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 blah, yes or no, da da da, and go about our way. And you know what's ironic to me now that I am like a fully grown over 50-year-old adult. Like people in my life, they tell me they respect how straightforward and direct I am versus in my 20s. They were like, why are you so mean? Grow the fuck up. Okay, nobody's here to hold your hand through the rest of your life. But anyway, yeah, that's not a us problem. That's a them problem. And I'll be a bitch. Redman has a song out called I'll Be That. And one of the lyrics is, what is that lyric? One of the lyrics is, my middle name must be fuck you, because every time I'm in the hood, niggas be like, fuck you. And then he says, I'll be that. I'll be that. I'll be that. I'll be that. And then it's every time, what does he say? My first name must be he ain't shit, because every time I'm in the car, bitches be like, he ain't shit. I'll be that. I'll be that. I'll be that. So whatever you say, I'll be it. Fuck it, you know? But yeah, I love that song. Okay, fuck you is my middle name, I'll be that. You ain't shit my first name, I'll be that too. Because this is not our problem, it's their problem. Your true friends understand I'm just being honest and take me as I am. Exactly, and that's who friends are. Just accept people for who they are. And even if they don't agree, like, be able to agree to disagree, and everything is still cool. You know what I mean? I tell people, don't ask me if you want my honest opinion. Okay, you done said a whole word. If I know they're not going to like my answer, I'll say, do you want to know? Oh, yeah, I want to know. I'll say, do you really want to know? Yeah, I really want to know. Are you sure you want to know? And then they're kind of like, yes. Because if I'm saying it, if I'm asking you 3 times, by the 3rd time, they're thinking like, oh shit, she keeps asking me this, so it must going to be something. And usually they'll still say yes, because they know I'm going to speak from my heart and I'm not going to bullshit them. But yeah, I'm like, are you sure? Like, do you? Yeah, 3 times. They get 3 questions, different ways. Are you sure? You really want to know? Are you positive? And they always end up saying yes. And they say it's refreshing to know that they can ask and get like a direct answer and not, you know, whatever. Because people will have y'all here looking crazy because they don't want to tell you that you're looking crazy. But yeah, we're going to go, y'all. I thank y'all for the conversation. And y'all know we do just be... I love how we just get off on different topics and talk about stuff because that's what we do here. We're family. In the membership, those of you who are not, there are membership perks. If you click the join button, it's not going to join you. It'll show you what the perks are. And if they appeal to you, then go ahead and join. $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. I do at least 2 member exclusive live streams per month, and I do members only posts and polls and all of that stuff. So if you want to get in on that, and my favorite perk for members, they get to make a request. So if it's something specific you want to see me do, that's the way to have that done, is to join. So we're going to go. Everyone have a good night. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here through the teariness and trying to work stuff out. and I'm living for these three dots. So we're going to go. Everybody have a good day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon. Bye.